I think with this past Ghana election, this just concluded Ghana election, shows that Africa is now improving in terms of electing their leaders. Ghana just showed an example of a peaceful conduct of an election, and even the person that lost considered defeat. That is a very good example that West Africa is improving, or let's say Africa in general, in terms of election.
Suggests that this election is going very well and that it is being done peacefully. Ghanaians are showing their commitment to democratic outcomes, and we all have to be thankful to God for that.
But there's one thing I find very interesting in this Ghana presidency race always. It's like people name their John. They always say in presidential race, people, it's like if you have a male child in Ghana, you just have to add John to the person's name. Before we have like John Kufuor, Jonathan Mills, Jerry Lawrence, and now John Mahama. So it's like this John of 18 favors anybody that is contesting for presidency in Ghana, and there's a record breaking as well in this past election in Ghana. A female just became the vice president in Ghana. That is record breaking. An encouragement to young girls in Africa that as a female you can make it. Don't always believe that because men are holding high positions, you cannot. You can. The same brain men have, you have. So you can. Instead of using your body for anything, you aspire to become great like the men as well. Because this woman, Nigerian, just showed that a woman can do exploits. You can achieve whatever your heart desires to achieve. It's a very big encouragement to the youths, especially the female youths in Africa. This and one thing, if we are comparing Nigeria election with this Ghana election, there's something interesting. You see, these Ghanaians, I noticed that in Ghana, immediately election is won, the opposition will start their job, like checkmating the present government, seeing where their fault is and all that. They start immediately election is won. That is one thing. It's different. You want different between Ghana and Nigeria. And two, the like regional chairman in Ghana, they take the election. In fact, they take those their position very seriously. Regional chairman in Ghana, they take their position seriously. Even the youth leader, they take their position seriously to make sure they work. Unlike Nigeria, at times they don't. Those positions they are just dormant somehow. They don't really work, and people don't look up to them. And this past election again in Ghana, there's no report of network glitch or go to court and all that. I think that is a very good example for Nigerians to learn. Not like network glitch, ballot snatching and all that. That is a very good thing for Nigerians to learn, and they should as well. Nigeria should give the female chance as well as they give Professor Jane chance in Ghana, so that the female folks as well can achieve great things. Unlike Nigeria, they are not really giving female that chance to presidency. But another issue again, another thing I saw in this Ghana election is that because after this Ghana election, people now started saying, is it that former presidents are not better? So I don't know, maybe people have seen now that most of the presidents that were there before are better than this new one, so they're now re-electing the former ones like Donald Trump, now Ghana, and all that. That means former presidents it's like people are seeing things good in them. So in Nigeria, Is can Goodluck Jonathan do a comeback? That does it mean that Goodluck Jonathan can win in 2027 election in Nigeria? For me, in this analysis, I would say his chances are slim. Like as I said in my other video, that the chances of Jonathan coming back in 2027 is very slim. Why? Because P2B will be contesting, and if P2B is actually contesting, it's going to reduce the Southern vote. Once P2B reduces the Southern vote, there's no way Jonathan can win. So that is one major setback for Jonathan, unless if there is a way in order to stop Obi from contesting. That is the only way I'm seeing that Goodluck Jonathan may win the election. But if Goodluck Jonathan does not cannot stop Obi from contesting, it means he may not win. So he should just sit at home instead of coming to spoil his name. And this Ghana issue as well, you see that there is nothing like go to court. That is a very good lesson for many African nations to learn. Nothing like go to court. The main opponent accepted defeat and all that, which Goodluck Jonathan actually did in Nigeria before. And I believe other African nations should copy this so that we stop all this problem, coup and all that in Nigeria. So if you have any opinion about this Ghana election and the chances of Jonathan returning in 2027, I think you should put it in comment section. Let's know your opinion in the comment section. Let's know your opinion in the comment section. If Jonathan can return in 2027, what do you think about this past Ghana election? How peaceful it is, and your observation about this election and the lesson learned in this last election in Ghana.